What if I told you that when Lee Radziwill, the glamorous younger sister of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, passed away, her entire fortune went not to her children, not to her closest family, but to just one unexpected person? It's the kind of revelation that leaves you stunned, sparking whispers of betrayal, loyalty, and shocking favoritism. For a woman who lived a life of privilege, style, and constant intrigue, the final twist in her story is perhaps the most dramatic of all. Lee Radziwill was no ordinary socialite. Born into the iconic Bouvier family, she grew up in the shadow of her more famous sister Jackie, but she carved out her own path through a life that felt straight out of a novel. She was a princess by marriage, a fashion muse, a style icon, and a woman who moved through circles of wealth, art, and power with ease. To the public, Lee embodied sophistication and elegance, but behind the glamour, her personal life was marked by ups and downs. Failed marriages, financial struggles, and complicated family ties. Yet, even in those struggles, she remained a figure of fascination. So when Lee died in 2019 at the age of 85, many wondered what would become of her fortune. After all, she had children, including her daughter Anna Christina Radziwill, and family connections to the powerful Kennedy dynasty. Most assumed her estate would naturally pass down to them. But when her will was revealed, the truth stunned everyone. Lee Radziwill left the bulk of her fortune to just one person, her daughter-in-law, Carol Radziwill. Yes, Carol, the former star of The Real Housewives of New York City and widow of Lee's only son, Anthony Radziwill, was the sole major beneficiary of Lee's estate. It was a decision that shocked not only the public, but even those who thought they knew Lee best. Why would she bypass her own daughter and extended family to leave everything to Carol? The answer lies in the bond the two women shared. After Anthony's tragic death in 1999 following a long battle with cancer, Carol remained close to Lee. While others drifted away, Carol was there through Lee's later years, offering companionship and loyalty at a time when she needed it most. In many ways, Carol became like another daughter to her, someone who understood her grief and shared her memories of Anthony. This bond was unshakable, and ultimately, it defined Lee's final act of generosity. But this decision didn't come without controversy. Whispers immediately spread that her daughter, Anna Christina, was left with virtually nothing, sparking speculation of estrangement and family rifts. Some insiders suggested that Lee's relationship with her daughter had always been strained, while others claimed it was a matter of trust, that Lee simply felt Carol would honor her memory more faithfully. Whatever the truth, it added one last layer of drama to a life already filled with it. Lee Radziwill's choice also reflects something deeply human. The people we choose to trust at the end are not always the ones bound to us by blood. For Lee, legacy wasn't about tradition, it was about love, loyalty, and connection. By leaving her estate to Carol, she ensured that her son's widow, who had stood by her in her loneliest hours, would be taken care of. For the public, this twist was a reminder of how unpredictable family dynamics can be, even in the most glamorous of families. To some, it was a shocking snub of her own daughter. To others, it was a touching tribute to the woman who remained by her side. Either way, it cemented Lee Radziwill's reputation as a woman who lived and left on her own terms. In the end, Lee's story was never just about wealth or privilege. It was about a woman who lived in the spotlight, yet constantly sought to define herself beyond her famous last name. And with her final decision, she left the world one last mystery, one last dramatic twist. Because when Lee Radziwill left her fortune to just one person, she made sure the world would still be talking about her long after she was gone.